right, well, you do that.
You like the celebrate too early thing?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Those are a personal favorite.
I had seen live like it was at a couple of years ago in the Winter Olympics when that person tried to showboat at the end. It was a woman, I think, and she just fell down, and then the distant second place finisher just blew by her, and on what do you call it? I almost said surfboards.
Skis?
Not skis. No, but what do you call it? The
Snowboard?
snowboard. Thank you. That other thing looks like a skateboard or surfboard. Yeah. This animal. Stop coming in my office and crying.
So, fun.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't, the problem is that it's not changing. Like, it's,
Mm-hmm.
this
I know.
is,
Yeah, it's just stuck with it.
I'm waiting for one of those Teams filters to come that's going to, like,
Yeah, exactly. Could you give me Elvis hair?
could you give me, like, a tan?
Right.
I want to see what that lifestyle feels like for a minute.
Sure. Just be able to walk outside into the sun and not worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably put, I don't know what brand sunscreen my wife buys, but I can guarantee we've put their children through college over the years, and we'll continue to do so. Thankfully, my daughter appears to, like, tan or something.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, unlike me, who just lobsters. But here we are. It's Friday.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thankfully, I think.
Chewing count, what? And I just got like 18 text messages. Apparently, we have plans for tonight.
Good for you. I don't know what you're doing right now, but we're about to. Let's go.
Alrighty.
Big problem at my house, Paul.
Okay.
Big problem.
Yep. What's up?
So there's a hawk that
Yeah.
hangs out in our neighborhood. Very aggressive animal.
Brad, did this hawk take your daughter away?
No,
Your dog? Your
nope.
dog?
The dog is a legitimate worry because
Yep,
the hawk has like a 6-foot wingspan. It is aggressive and it's eating. The problem is that it has killed 2 birds lately, and they've both been in my yard. Whatever, one of them crawled under my car that we got rid of. Rest in peace, Pathfinder.
Right.
Not the bird. My car. Anyways, I don't know where was it. Anyway, so it crawled under my car, died. Whatever. I tweeted a picture of a bird like literally laying under there with its feet up. So 2 dead birds in my yard. Put them into the trash can. We had trash on Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day it was. And like it comes with the big claw, grabs the trash can, like hurls it into the trash, and then puts it back down.
Yep.
The dead birds that we put into the trash can did not make it out of the trash can and into the larger.
They stayed in the trash can?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if they've like melted to the bottom.
Oh,
but,
God, dude.
But let me tell you, Paul, have you ever smelled like decaying bird? It doesn't smell good. It doesn't.
Oh, yeah. I think I told you this like last year. It was like a baby deer died in the neighborhood, like on the path. And that area smelled like death for like 3 weeks. It was awful.
So I don't know if this was smart or not smart. So we put some water in the trash can to like try to like suppress
make
the
soup
smell.
out of it? Oh, dude. Why?
What else am I? Well,
No, why are you telling me this? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I just, I want you to suffer with me. That's.
God.
If you'd like, I could probably bottle some up and ship
Jesus,
some Oda bird to your
stop.
house.
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what we've got going on at our house. If you want to find out where I live, just walk down the street going.
Smell, just follow your nose.
Yeah, it'll.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, no death here yet.
That's good. Good. Keeping it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we prevented a death. You saw the pictures of the hawk that I took. When that happened, I saw a quick movement of what I thought was a bird, and then I saw a squirrel scrambling all around the tree base, and I thought, oh, that's weird. That looked like a bird. And then the giant bird was in the tree, and I was like, oh, it is a bird. Bird trying to kill a squirrel. So I guess he was. If you look at the way he's looking at us, you could tell what he was thinking. Like, thanks a lot.
Yeah, other things that died today were any apps that were using the Facebook SDK. This is twice, I think. twice in the past like 2 months. Basically, if an app has the Facebook SDK, which kind of makes me shudder.
I know. I was going to say this is not the primary reason Facebook is untrustworthy, but it's one.
It is, yeah, like Spotify. It's just a whole slew of apps just getting knocked offline, and
Yep.
just like I go back to, I don't know if it's related to like login with Facebook or what takes it down, but I'm assuming they're not just there for friendly reasons. I'm sure they're grabbing all my listening datas.
Not Facebook. Come on.
Yeah, they've always got our best intentions.
Yeah.
Anyways, so something that's going to go live, not on one of the sites. So pull this guy back. Well, I've been using this guy for a while. Whatever. This guy.
Okay. What is that?
This is the 15-inch Surface Laptop 3 with the AMD, not AMD, Ryzen 5 whatever thing in it.
I thought that. So wait, you're saying the 15 is the one that comes with the AMD chip? Okay.
Yep. And so doing like a long-term follow-up, and I gotta tell you, nobody should buy this thing.
Yeah, because of the chip.
Well, not even. There's a couple things too that have really, really annoyed me while trying to use it. Primarily relating to some of the display stuff. So we already know the performance issue. And if you were just to going to grab it and write a blog post or an email, it's fine. But here's the thing that really drives me nuts. The Surface feature, it's called like dynamic contrast or whatever they call it. It's not brightness, but if you go from a dark image to a light image, like the screen kind of slowly, kind of like whatever. On an Intel, all you do is you go to the App Store, you download the Intel app command driver thing, and you go in there and there's a little tick box and you turn it off. And then that annoyance is gone. That's fine. Microsoft claims it's for battery life, yada, yada, yada. You know how you do that on an AMD machine, Paul?
I do not.
Well, Raf and I tried to figure this out a while ago, and we didn't really get anywhere. So Microsoft's actual recommendations to turn that thing off is you have to turn the performance mode of the laptop all the way up, like at its maximum level of performance. You know what that does to your battery life, Bob?
Right. But then the dynamic, what is that called? Ambient display? No, what is the term?
I think it's called like dynamic contrast. I think that's what like the actual
this
name
is. A Surface feature. This is not a Windows 10 thing. It's like a Surface
correct.
feature.
It's a thing they put on Surface. So.
Okay, so I can't see that here. Okay. Anyway, all right.
And
so
you get like 4 hours of battery life then max. So your options are to either live with that dynamic display thing, or just live with it when it drives you nuts, or turn it off, but then you're plugged in all the time. And so it's just one more thing on top of like, okay, performance is okay. And then when the solution is just buy the Intel version, it's like...
Right. Which you have to get from a partner or whatever.
Yeah, you can buy the business version or just buy the 13-inch Intel version, and you'll be more than happy with it. And
I've always liked Surface Laptop overall, but I've only used the Intel versions. I do know that the chipset. Oh, Jesus, Paul's talking. Turn it off. I do know that the chipset that's in the version the laptop you have is kind of last gen now, and
correct.
I happen to have an HP laptop that has like the next gen, the 4000 series. And I got to tell you, the performance and actually the battery life too on that particular device is fantastic. So they'll rev this. I mean, so Surface Laptop 4, if it comes with AMD again, I bet that one's pretty good.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I think I've already written it up, and I'm just going to publish it next week because late on a Friday is not a great time to be publishing that stuff. Is effectively is wait for the next rev for, I don't knock AMD. I mean, this one's bad, but AMD's new stuff is actually really, really good. And this is,
I've been really surprised. It's nice.
Historically, just not a great chipset that they tossed in there, and it was already kind of dated when it came out. So,
well, that's too bad.
Yeah, it is too bad. There was something else that was going on, I thought, besides the rancid humidity outside.
Not to be like one of the people that ask you questions on a Friday morning, but have you...
Which Paul did. It was like 8:02 a.m. He's like, hey, I got a question for him. I'm like, Paul, it's 8:02. I haven't even had my vodka yet.
Well, I know, but it was a premium guy, and I just wanted to make sure I had the right answer. But what was I going to say? So, you get a lot of questions like this, but I mean, do you expect to see, is it too soon for a Surface Laptop 4? Did we know anything about the fall and if there's going to be a fall event and what to expect if so.
So I've already heard that there is going to be fall. Okay, let me qualify that massively. In the late winter, early spring of 2020, I was told that there's going to be a fall event and a hardware rev, and that it was going to be a pretty good event because we should see the next gen.
Pro.
The
right.
Pro is going to be, I think, the big one because then it should match the Surface Pro X. The Surface laptop was supposed to be on the agenda. The one I don't know is Surface Pro X yet, and there might be something else, but I'm not quite sure yet. So,
I thought I saw a vague rumor about a second gen Surface Pro X that was for some reason running a Snapdragon 8CX Plus, which is weird because, as you know, the first gen Pro X comes with a Microsoft SQ1 chip, so I don't know why they would swap back to Qualcomm. But anyway, taking the normal Pro line and giving it that form factor, I think, is a big deal. And if they could get past this 3000 series AMD CPU, that could make a big difference there too. In fact, if that one would be good enough. They could just switch that whole line to AMD. It'd be great.
Yeah.
You know?
I wouldn't expect anything too crazy this fall other than the Pro refresh. I think will be kind of the bigger talking point, only because if you read the room, it's not a great time to be launching a whole bunch of expensive stuff.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So
IDC did say that PC sales rose slightly in the previous quarter because of the COVID stay-at-home stuff, but I need to look at that. I'm not probably going to wait until Gartner chimes in too, but
I mean that's not all surprising.
That's going to drift off, though. I mean,
right.
You know,
it's a blip, as you would expect. The other thing too, and Microsoft completely missed this timeline, was the whole webcam thing. Microsoft has some consumer. I think they're consumer built. They definitely have webcams built and designed. And my God, could you imagine how great those would have been if they would have shipped when the Surface Book 3 did?
Yeah, or at least in time for this pandemic when people are working from home. I'd love to get a new webcam.
Yeah, has anybody tried to buy a webcam lately? Because good luck.
I know they're hard to find. I know. It's funny. Right. Yeah, I probably still would. I think about getting that. What's it called? Brio, the Logitech.
The Logitech.
I hear that one's really good, but I don't know.
I keep going back and forth whether or not I want a Windows Hello enabled camera or if I just want to buy a little fingerprint guy for my desktop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I wish Microsoft's keyboards just came with that. It'd be nice.
I do too.
It might be this is wireless, though. Maybe there's an issue over wireless where someone could spoof it or something.
Maybe they could spoof you. That would be great. No?
Yeah, well, enjoy that bird stink over the weekend, my friend. The smell of death.
So I counted them up right before this. 9 emails. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 emails about different vehicles I should go buy.
Yeah, not surprisingly, everyone has an opinion about that.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate the guy who recommended that I go buy the Bentley Bentayga, whatever the SUV is, because
solid choice.
It would be,
possibly an investment.
Yeah, I'm only if I'm rounding up here, I think I'm only about $175,000 away from being able to afford that.
Yeah, so like a mortgage.
Yeah, easily. Look, sweetie, we're gonna drive this car for 30 years. How do you feel about that? It's gonna.
In fact, I'm gonna be buried in it. So,
actually, it's not a bad idea. I guess if you are gonna go out, just dig the hole a little wider, drive it down in. You're gonna buy 2 plots, and
right. Let's be in the front seat.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got nothing.
I would never go at you with a specific thing. I mean, other than certain types of vehicles and so forth. And I said this. My wife has we bought used, but it's like an X1 BMW. And the thing we prefer smaller cars, but the thing I've said to her is you're on the road in this thing and you can't see over anybody because everyone else has a humongous car. You almost need to get a taller vehicle. But that Volvo you were talking about is a great choice.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think I might end up with a sedan. Who knows?
Yeah, that's unusual these days. I mean, those are kind of on the way out.
Yep. We will see. I don't know. You got anything else for today, Paul?
No, not really. I mean, this is not a big deal, but back, when we had lost some articles because of a backup problem, and I finally got all of the articles that I had done reposted pretty quickly, but I held off on the UWP programming series for a variety of reasons, but I just finished reposting that I'm going to write a couple more and kind of finish it up because I never really finished it. But if I can, I'll try to do that over the weekend, maybe today, tomorrow, whatever. But, if you were wondering where that went to, you probably weren't. UWP, whatever. But anyway, it's back. So.
Well, we're looking forward to your notepad of using Project Reunion, which is now.
So actually, that is a very easy thing to do because the UWP it's the same code. It would be the same code. I could do a desktop version of it. Actually, I would do that right now if I thought, well, it's not ready. The problem is it's not ready because actually the desktop version of it would solve a couple of the little problems it has. Like one of the problems with the UWP app is you can just close it, like you can any app, but as a developer, it's almost impossible to intercept that. So normally what you want to do is pop up something that says, hey, before you leave, you have an unsaved document here. Did you want to save it? And that's super easy in a desktop app. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but I've literally, I know how you're supposed to do it. I've never gotten it to work with UWP. So Project Reunion presumably would solve that problem. Whatever.
I don't know. Kevin Gallo tweeted out he was going to do some live YouTube thing about a status update.
Oh, really? When?
I thought today.
Oh.
They gave it.
Actually, maybe that's what Raph just sent me. I just got an email link or a YouTube link.
Yeah, I appreciate this.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it literally is he just sent me this link. So it says it's scheduled for July 7th. It's actually scheduled for July 17th.
Oh, gotcha. See, there we go.
It's a week from today. Yeah.
There we go. Week from today. So next Friday.
I'm curious. I mean, because they kind of announced a bunch of stuff, and I looked at it, and I have to say the early stuff is not very good. So hopefully, all right, whatever. Anyway, I'm interested. I'll watch that for sure.
Yep. But you won't be watching us.
Smell of death.
Smell of something.
It's not the smell you want.
No. So.
All right, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, you earned it on that 14-minute podcast. You really did.
Uh,
See ya.
Bye.